After studying this module, you shall be able to know the concept of marketing environment, learn the marketing environment forces, identify the difference between macro and micro environmental forces, evaluate the importance of scanning the marketing environment, analyze the marketing environment of any product. To begin with, in common parlance, the term environment refers to one's surroundings. In other words, anything beyond the boundary of a body, whether the human body, a system, or an organization, forms its environment. The aggregate of all the forces which are external to and beyond the control of a business organization constitutes the business environment of that firm or organization. These surroundings can have different kinds of impact on the person's capabilities and moods. The impact can be significant or insignificant, positive or negative, and short-term or long-term. Likewise, the external environment may have significant or insignificant, positive or negative, short-term or long-term impact on the working of a business firm. In case of a business concern, the different element of external environment may have different impact on different functions or departments. For example, the state of economy will have an impact on the business's concern more, so it is a factor which will constitute the environment for the finance department as well as for the marketing department. The external environment poses threat and opportunities for the firm. Hence, a thorough analysis of the environmental forces on a continual basis is imperative. This will give an edge to the firm to meet the challenges, beat the competitors, adapt to the environment to survive and succeed. First, we will discuss about the concept of marketing environment. A wide number of factors or elements in the internal and external environment of business organization may influence especially its marketing functions or department. These factors constitutes the marketing environment of the firm. Definition of marketing environment. Marketing environment can be defined as the group of factors or forces which affect the capabilities of marketing managers to take the marketing decisions. Philip Kotler defines marketing environment as the external factors and forces that affect a firm's ability to develop and maintain successful transactions and relationships with its target customers. Importance of understanding marketing environment. As discussed, a firm should continuously monitor and adapt to its environment. History shows that those companies which fail to monitor and adapt to their environment either shut down completely or close down a successful brand or product. For example, Bajaj closed down its scooter division as it could not foresee the changing trends and preferences of its customers. Specifically, the importance of understanding the marketing environment are as follows. Identify the gaps in the market and design products to fill up the gaps. Next, identify the opportunities to get the first mover advantage. Next, identify the threats in the market which act as warning signals. Next, match the internal strengths and weaknesses with the opportunities and threats. Next, knowledge of the changing needs and preferences of the customers. Next, analyze the impact of all environmental forces and design strategies. Next, adapt to the changes in environment. We will discuss about marketing environment forces. The marketing environment of a firm can be classified into two broad categories: the controllable environment and the uncontrollable environment. Controllable environment is the internal environment of the firm and includes the different departments or functions like marketing, finance, production, and personnel. On the other hand, uncontrollable environment are the external forces on which the firm has no or little control. This consists of two sets of forces, the micro-environmental forces and the macro-environmental forces. First, we will discuss about the micro-environmental forces. The external factors or forces which have immediate bearing on the working of a particular firm forms its microenvironment. These forces may not include the other firms in same manner and hence are related to a specific enterprise. Microenvironmental forces are discussed in the following paragraphs: customers, competitors, intermediaries, suppliers, public. Customers. The main aim of the marketer is to best serve the customers, for they need to find out their needs and preferences and create a marketing strategy to create customer satisfaction and develop brand loyalty. The market can be divided on the basis of the purchase behavior of the customers: non-triers, triers, brand loyals, other brand loyals, and switchers. The marketers strive to convert customers in all the categories into one category, that is, the brand loyals. A happy customer also helps in word of mouth publicity, but a dissatisfied customer bad mouths about the product to 10 more people. Also, their changing needs and preferences poses a threat for the marketers. Competitors. The marketers must continuously monitor the competitors' marketing strategies and also the impact of their own firm strategies on the competitors. Competitors poses a constant challenge for the firm to come out with better products at cheaper prices with the best possible services to the customers. Hence, it is a win-win situation for the customers if the competition is severe in the market. The firm should resort to healthy competition tactics without maligning the image of the competitor. This will save the firm from the wrath of the competitors and also from litigations. Intermediaries. Intermediaries are the middlemen between the manufacturer and the ultimate customer and includes wholesaler, retailer, distributing agencies, agents, jobbers, financial institutions, and marketing service agencies. Middlemen provide several services to the manufacturer in the form of buying in bulk and selling in small lot, warehousing, labeling, branding, grading, advertising, paying in advance, and so on. Building a strong relationship with the intermediaries is important in today's world. There are multitude of brands or manufacturing firms and every firm is trying hard to woo the intermediaries to deal in their brand. In this age of self-service, best shelf positioning in the stores is also important. Also, the marketers are using more of push strategy than pull strategy to increase sales volume. For all these reasons, the marketers are using trade promotions to build relationship with their intermediaries so that they carry the company's brand and make efforts to push them to the customers. Suppliers. The suppliers provide the raw material, resources, spare parts, etc. needed by the manufacturer. The quality of final products, their production, and timely deliveries depend greatly on the quality and reliability of the supplier. Other considerations in selection of suppliers are credit facility, warranty assurance, and low cost assurance. The marketer has to constantly monitor the rising supply cost, maintenance of quality, supply shortages, credential of suppliers, competitors move, etc. Effort should be put into create and maintain strong bond with the suppliers. Public. Public is defined as any group that has an actual or potential interest in or impact on a company's working. Hence, people residing near the manufacturing unit of an enterprise will form one category of public
who may be bothered about the pollutants the unit is discharging in the environment. As a result, they may go against the firm. On the other hand, public can be all the people in general or public at large who object to any of the act of the firm, such as an advertisement of the firm's product hitting the culture, value, or norms of the society. Companies spend a huge amount of money in maintaining good public relations and thereby monitors the publics and strive to understand their opinions. Macro environmental forces. The macro environmental forces affect the whole of the economy or the overall climate in which the firm operates along with all other firms. Hence, there are the remote forces in the marketing environment of the firm and has an indirect influence on the working of the firm. Macro environmental forces are discussed in the following paragraphs: demographic forces, economic forces, social or cultural forces, political and legal forces, technological forces, physical or natural forces. Demographic forces. Though people make up markets, more number of people will not automatically ensure an increase the market of the product. Hence, a detailed study of the demographic environment is imperative. Demographic environment comprises of the size and growth of population and also the profile of people in terms of their characteristics. Specifically, the demographic factors are size and growth of population, distribution of population on the basis of age, sex, income, education, occupation, location, household patterns, joint family, nuclear family with husband, wife, and children, single parent family, live together, childless married couple, empty nester, SSWD, single, separated, widowed, divorced. Since each of these factors have an impact on the needs, preferences, and decisions of the customers, the marketer has to understand the demographic profile of the customers and develop strategies accordingly. Economic forces. Economic forces influence the consumers' buying power and their spending pattern, which in turn influences the marketing strategies of the firm. The knowledge of the economic environment is of great importance to a marketer since the demand of the product and the pricing strategy is majorly affected by the economic forces. The economic environmental factors are as follows: the type of economy or the economic system, that is capitalist, communist, or mixed; stage of business cycle, that is prosperity, recession, or recovery; structural anatomy, that is, occupational distribution, composition of national output, capital formation; factor endowment, that is, supply of land, capital, labor, raw material, entrepreneurial talent; plans and policies, 5-year plans, industrial policy, monetary and fiscal policy, exim policy; income distribution, debt, patterns of saving, credit availability; social or cultural forces. The socio cultural influences play an important role shaping people's attitudes, values, and customs, which in turn has an impact on their purchase decisions. Hence, it is very important for the marketer to understand the socio cultural forces operating in the economy, more so in case of international marketing. Besides that, these forces are dynamic and hence the marketer should regularly monitor and adapt to them. The socio-cultural forces include customs and conventions, social beliefs, values and norms, lifestyles, culture and cultural heritage, subcultures like religion and caste structure, political and legal forces. In today's world, the marketing decisions and strategies of a firm is greatly affected by the political and legal forces operating in an economy. The recent Arab Spring affecting countries like Egypt, Libya, Syria, and many others, civil wars followed by the refugee crisis has led to multi-billion dollars losses to the businesses operating in these countries, especially the tourism business in Egypt. Beside the laws of the land also governs different aspects related to businesses. The politico legal forces include political organizations operating in a country, philosophy of the ruling party, political stability, the constitution of the country, legislations regulating business, legal framework, regulating agencies. Technological forces. Technology has touched every walk of human's life and is evolving every moment. Technological developments are fast, uncontrollable, unpredictable, and leads to high rate of obsolescence of older technology. This has shortened the product life cycle. For example, the models of mobile phones become obsolete in a short span of time. Technological developments not only determine the type and quality of products and services to be produced, but also the technique and equipment to be used to produce them. Technological development poses threat as well as opportunities. Hence, the enterprises invest a huge amount of money in research and development. Physical or natural forces. Physical or natural environment is deteriorating very fast, leading to imbalances in the relationship between the living things and their surroundings. Hence, it has become a major global concern. The international bodies, the government, and the environmentalists are forcing the organization to come out with eco friendly products and thereby conserve the natural resources. The concepts of sustainable development has been emphasized by the environmentalists. Voluntary measures are also undertaken by firms, and many firms are now providing eco friendly varieties and using this feature as their unique selling proposition. The scanning of the marketing environment involves environmental monitoring and evaluation the changes and trends in the marketing environment. The management and the marketer must systematically monitor the environment to determine the opportunities and threats posed by it and design the strategies accordingly. As discussed in earlier paragraphs, environmental scanning helps in identifying the opportunities to get the first mover advantage, get warning signals, and cope with the rapid changes taking place in the product category and also in the economy. There are two methods to scan the marketing environment, which are as follows: environmental threat and opportunity profile, that is known as ETOP, and strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, that is SWOT analysis. Environmental threat and opportunity profile, ETOP. The ETOP includes both a weighing of the factors and an assessment of their impact on the enterprise. The marketing manager draws a matrix of comparison whereby one factor is compared with the other factors and the scores are calculated, and then these factors are ranked. In this way, the factors are prioritized. For example, as in the above table. The table shows the company's edge lines in its technological factor since the firm has upgraded its technology. Hence, it is the company's strength as well as provides a huge lot of opportunity for the firm. On the other hand, in terms of opportunity, the conditions are similar in the economic and legal front. But as more weightage is given to economic factors, the company has scored higher in this factor and it poses opportunities for it. The problem area or threat lies in the political environment, which is not stable. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, that is SWOT analysis. This is a planned and structured program or method to evaluate the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats involved in a business venture, project, or a product. Hence, both the internal environment and the external environment are evaluated to determine whether they are favorable or unfavorable from the point of view of the firm or the project. The idea is to match the internal strengths and weaknesses with the external opportunities and threats so as to arrive at the strategic fit, find competitive advantage, and draw strategies. An example of SWOT analysis of a horticulture company is shown in figure 4. The SWOT analysis of the company shows that the company has strengths in certain areas like quality, salability, and experience, but the lack of funds and goodwill are the company's major weaknesses. The opportunities lies in customer loyalties and growing markets. The weather conditions, pests, and competitors are the major threats. Next, we will talk about adapting to marketing environment. As we have observed in the previous sections that the marketing environment is constantly changing, the marketers has to determine alternative strategies to deal with it. Broad adaptation strategies, specific adaptation strategies to match the marketing environment. Broad adaptation strategies. The broad adaptation strategies are derived from the overall philosophy of the organization and could be classified into the following heads. First, proactive. Here, the marketer will study the marketing environment and introduce a change the market in terms of product offering. Second is reactive. Here, most of the time, the marketer reacts to the competitor's move or to certain changes in the market. In that process, the marketer may disconnect with their own philosophy, strategy, and even present and potential customer. Third is adaptive. Though it is quite similar to reactive strategy, the two may not be the same. Here, the marketer studies the different environmental forces and its impact, and then come up with the product offering which fits in with the changed environment without compromising in terms of their own organizational philosophies or marketing goals. Specific adaptation strategies to match the marketing environment. On the basis of the results of the environmental analysis, the marketer can select one or more of the following strategies or some new strategy other than these: product adaptation, product repositioning, moving the product to other regions or segments, price adaptation, strategic alliances. Under this, first one is product adaptation. It is the process of modifying an existing product so that it suits to the requirements of the market or customers. Product adaptation may be driven by shift in the need and preferences of the customer or the change in laws or by the moves of the competitors. This strategy is all the more important in international marketing. Researching the needs of the customer is important to compare the features they consider important with the company's current product offering. This helps in identifying the gaps and it acts an opportunity to come out with entirely new product or adding features to improve the product's appeal. Second is product repositioning. The marketer may reposition its product in terms of its characteristics or image or the segment it is serving to. For example, a product if failed in high-end segment may be repositioned to cater to the needs of middle class segment by making changes in the entire marketing mix. Third one is moving the product to other regions or segments. The product which is not doing well in one segment can be moved to the other segments. For example, deteriorating sales of a product in cities may prompt the marketer to move the product to suburban or rural areas. Fourth one is price adaptation. Pricing models can be changed to suit the demands of consumer or say different geographic region to suit the income levels of the targeted groups. Fifth is strategic alliances. This strategy is especially used in international marketing to get the benefit of local labor, knowledge, and skill and compete well with the local competitors.
Let us now summarize what we have done in this module. Marketing environment comprises of all the internal and external forces which has an impact on marketing decisions of a firm. Microenvironment includes the external factors or forces which have immediate bearing on the working of a particular firm that is customers, competitors, suppliers, intermediaries or public. The macro environmental forces affect the whole of the economy or the overall climate in which the firm operates along with all other firms like demographic, geographic, socio-cultural, political, legal, technological and natural forces. The scanning of marketing environment involves environmental monitoring and evaluation the changes and trends in the marketing environment. On the basis of the results of the environmental analysis, the marketer can select an adaptation strategy.